I gotta ask, are those Legos behind you?
There's some Legos. There's action figures. I got like a
Okay.
diorama my
I
friend
love
made.
Legos, man. I still have all my Legos from when I was a kid.
Awesome. What's your favorite set that you still like that you keep
Oh,
out and like kept
you
together?
know what? I don't think it's fully intact, but I have of, you know, early 2000s Millennium Falcon and early 2000s Death Star that are probably my prized possessions in the Lego
Nice.
world.
Are
Yeah.
they still put together or did you like pack them up?
I'd have to look. They're in boxes in the shed, and
Mm.
there's so many. Once I bring out one box, it's like the whole floor is covered in them. So I have to look and see, but I'm sure at least parts of them are put together. Yeah,
Awesome.
I'm not as
Uh,
organized as you.
this took a long time to get to. It's yeah, it gets there. It
Yeah,
gets get tired of stepping on everything.
yeah, exactly.
Thank you again for taking the time. Fan of the series. Episode 4, you killed it.
Oh,
Uh,
thank you, man.
yeah,
Thank you.
especially I don't want to give anything away, but the final moments of the episodes. Oh, killed it. Like, oh man, it was great. It was absolutely great. But the first question I got to ask is let me. I forgot. I wrote it down. Hold on. Is sour apple scream really your favorite slushy flavor on the series, or was that written for you?
That was a line. So that was a line. That's not my favorite slushy flavor. Uh, I'm a citrus guy for sure. Like a minty citrus would be the one, like a mojito or pina colada mix kind of vibe. That'd be good.
Me too. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Uh, and so I'm a fan of your work. I recently saw you in Mayor Kingston,
Yeah.
and and then just you have a charm and Sam, but as Maurice, you kind of have this whole different swag going on. When you said the line, "You and me," that's a promise, not a description. It was kind, even I was like, what? Like that was it was like the way you delivered that was great. And because my question is like, where do you find that inspiration for that swag, and how do you determine like, or like, how are you able to turn it on and off and choose which like the right charm or swag for the character?
Yeah, yeah, no. A lot of it is working with the other creatives and having these conversations and seeing your vision and hearing their vision and seeing how the Venn diagram of it all, and what do you need from me and what would I like to portray, and gauging how open they are to ideas. And really what makes Reginald awesome for me is I'm like a lead in it. So I'm in every episode, shooting every day for 6 months. So the growth and the comfort level and the the conversations of, hey, I want to wear gold tooth, is that okay? Or hey, I want to be a Black Panther, can we work that in? Or all these things can be talked about when you have so much to do. And Mayor of Kingston was awesome, but that was more of a limited role. So that was a different beast in itself. But having the freedom to kind of explore and create a character with the other creatives, it was a lot of fun.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm excited for to see more. We're about halfway through the season, and I remember your like press tour at Comic-Con and everything. How is the reaction and interaction with the fans changed since then? Now that the series is out.
Oh yeah, no, Comic-Con was a blast. It's been great to see people's like reactions and what's resonated with them, and hearing from your grandma like, oh, well, I watched the show and I loved it. You're like, really, you watched the show? Like, how did you figure out how to stream it? Like, so like, it's really cool to see, like. And then you'll never know what their takeaway from the show is, but hopefully on a more meaningful side of things, people feel good watching the show, and it says something that to them, to their souls, that they needed to hear, that you don't have to be this to be loved, or you don't have to, there's so many great messages within Reginald, not the subtext, even the themes, everything, where it's like, I kind of find it like putting, the dog medicine in the peanut butter in a way. It's like a funny comedy, but like it's talking about some real issues in our society, and starting conversations. and it's done in a cool, witty way. So I think it's fun. It's a great show to be a part of.
Definitely, I definitely like kind of get your like the enjoyment you have being on the set, and then especially working with Jacob. You two have a really great chemistry of kind of like big bro, little bro thing going on. Was that was that all natural, or is there some things you did to kind of like facilitate it and like expand it even more?
I think it's a mix of both. Because as soon as we did that, even in the auditioning process, I did maybe 1 or 2 rounds where it's just me. But when we did that final one, the chemistry test, it was like I felt like, yo, I could actually like this guy. He's fun. Like this guy's down to earth. Like, and then I met him in real life. I'm like, oh no, this is my brother. Like, we're good. So once we were hanging out every day for months at a time, it was like it made it like, we didn't have to fake being friends. Like we were friends. Like that part wasn't acting, we were friends. I care about him, he's a good guy. So obviously I don't want him to die in the assessment. Like, look at him. You make me laugh.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Uh, I just gotta ask, like Filipino History Month was last month, and has he introduced you to Filipino food, or were you already familiar with it? And have you guys
Oh
like
yeah. No,
enjoyed a
so
bunch?
both both me and Jacob are vegan. I sometimes cheat with some shellfish, but he's strict vegan. So when we were in Victoria, it was like really slim pickings as far as food options. And believe it or not, some Instagram account, like vegan chef, sent him a bunch of like vegan Filipino food, and we just had a feast, man. It was really good. And then also that scene, I wasn't in the scene, but of course I had to like go by set for the scene where he had his date and they're eating Filipino food, and that was kind of fun too.
You have a favorite dish of favorite Filipino food dish?
Oh man, I'm gonna butcher the names, but anything vegetarian with noodles and spicy is my banger for
All
sure.
right. So,
Yeah,
so spicy pancit would probably
probably the
love
one.
it. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Wait, I gotta write that down. Spicy bonsu.
Pancit, like Pancit,
Okay.
and palabok, Palabok.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll try him. I'll ask him about it.
All right.
Yeah.
I also wanted to ask, like, um, I've heard you talk about how the blood's not the greatest, taste, but you sell it on screen. What's your trick?
Oh man. Yeah, I don't really like sweets either, and it's like really sweet. So
Mhm.
it's I kind of just think about, I don't even know what I think about. It's been a minute since I had to pretend to like it. uh yeah, no, probably, my favorite beverage would probably be like I said, a citrus slushy. So maybe I pretend it's that, but I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, it's fun though. When I make that switch between Mandela and Maurice, it really is a switch. There are scenes where me and Jacob are filming in the rain, in the cold, in Victoria, in the winter at 4 or 5 in the morning, and it's freezing. You see our breath, we're shivering, can't stop even if we wanted. And then they say action, and somehow we're both like, I'm like, so tell me how you like being a vampire, like it's like, how did I stop shivering? Like there's really a switch mentally between, who you are and who the character is.
That's that's pretty crazy to hear. Because so I'm also assuming like all that that hot breath is it CGI. It's like that cold, and
No, yeah,
to be able to
that
like
was cold.
just become the person that's okay. This doesn't matter to them, and
Yeah.
that's really
Yeah,
impressive.
I'm a vampire. I can't be cool. I can't be shivering. Gotta look cool. Hi guys. Yeah.
uh, there's a lot of great lines. Like my favorite one is still that "You and me is a promise" is still my favorite. But you also got like, "If you always do what you've always done, you always get what you always got."
Yeah.
And then another one for yours was like, "Everybody gets to write their own story." Do you have a favorite line that you've gotten to say or that's been said on the show so far? And have you tried to use it in like real life and take credit for it?
Man, I'm trying to think. this literally happened the other day where in a normal real life conversation, somebody said something, which was a handle for like one of my response lines on Reginald. And I just said like my whole line and everybody's like, what? And then my girlfriend just started laughing because she knew it was from Reginald. I did it with the Maurice voice, but I forgot what it was. But yeah, no, there's some real gems in there. And even subtextually, you know, some of the jokes are like, oh, is this a joke? Or what are they trying to say here? Like, it's really well written. You know?
Yeah, and yeah, the show's great. Again, episode 4. I mean, I just watched episode 5 too, but episode 4, you like learning Maurice's backstory, seeing kind of you know, just like how it all like the rift that developed and like his whole reason of being in Akron. And you talked about like, because you know, being a lead, you get to kind of explore that. Like if you want to be a Black Panther, you can kind of work that in.
Yeah.
What other parts are you hoping to work in? I know you talked about the gold tooth as well, and like what are you drawing from, and what are you hoping like put out there a little more?
Man, no, there's so many cool little bits like that. It's hard because I don't want to give away too many spoilers, but hopefully with season 2, you know, that comes a whole new bag of adventures from Maurice and Reginald. And season 1 like wraps up in a really interesting way, and it kind of just springboards perfectly into what the future could be for us. So hopefully I get to do a lot more of, you know, this. Yeah.
Without like, it's kind of like a one-word spoiler, you know, no real context. What can they expect from the second half of season 1, or what can we, the fans, expect?
Oh man, it hits the fan. Yeah, it hits the fan, man. With the assessment, and the new, you know, components that come into play as far as characters and everything. It's fun. Yeah, it gets wild, and it takes on, you know, a new energy and a new, you know, like we said, it's a genre bender. So it's cool. Yeah, it's fun. It's gonna be exciting. Watch it.
I'm excited. I'll one last question, then,
Yeah.
to end it off with. All of Maurice's vampire abilities. If you could have one of them, which would it be, and how would you use it?
Probably the glamoring. I don't know though. I don't know. It's interesting. Yeah, I'm still deciding what my abilities are. You know, I haven't quite stopped adding new ones. You know, I got a whole list going.
Nice.
I should be able to do this and that. The writers hate me.
Thank you so much. I want to go over time. Yeah, I can't wait to see what else you help cook up with Maurice. Can't wait to see like everything else fold out. Again, episode 4 was phenomenal. Just I can't applaud it enough. It was really great.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that, Kevin.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to seeing you pull out your Legos on your Instagrams and stuff like that. Seeing you rebuild those.
Hopefully soon. Yeah.